Okay, hello again folks, it's Evil Ryu today, this location test mod. So to begin with, here's delayed wake up, same as everyone else's. It's still rough, it can be done on soft knockdown, which I will change, so watch out for an annotation when I manage to figure out how to do that. So you hold heavy punch when you're on the ground, and you stay on the ground for 19 extra frames at the moment, until it gets clarified more specifically. The next thing is his red focus attack, so medium punch, medium kick and heavy kick to do this. Put them all together and you get something that looks like so. So the same rules apply. Level 1 does not crumple, maximum level does, and they're the only two levels you have. It comes out slightly faster. It costs 2 meter bars to use and can absorb 12 hits at the moment. If you FADC into it, it costs 4 meter bars and can absorb 0 hits but crumples on hit instantly on level 1, like so. Okay, so the Evil Ryu changes. The first one is his health got increased to 950 from 900. I can't change that, so I haven't done, but moving on then. The next one is crouching heavy kick is now 6 frames startup. So this apparently means that he can, I've heard that it can mean he can combo into stuff. I can't figure anything out by using the frame data. The only thing that possibly is the Tatsu into that, but I can't seem to ever get it to work. So you guys let me know if there's anything that should work that doesn't, and I'll change it if need be. Okay. Yeah, I can't seem to get that to work. So the next thing is his forward medium kick, so that move is a better downward hitbox. So what I did is I lowered the hitbox by minus 0.1 in the Y direction and then increased its height to compensate. So hopefully it hits crouches a lot easier for you guys. It shouldn't have a problem. Maybe if they lower their hitbox using moves, it might go over them. Test that one out. Hopefully that's good enough for you. Whoa, there we go. Next thing is heavy kick, axe kick. So that's not the move. How do you do the axe kick? It's that, I think. There we go. So that comes out in 25 frames now. I think it was 26, so not really any difference at all, I don't think, if that's true. So 25 frames start up on that. The next one is probably quite an interesting one. I don't know how much it's used for you guys, but it seems quite decent. Is the target combo of that can now be done on far medium punch, so you can do that now. So as you saw, it kind of whiffed at maximum range there, real maximum range. But anywhere near maximum range at all, and it seems to be alright. Which is pretty nice. It causes a soft knockdown, so you guys know how much that's used for you guys. So the next thing is the light kick Tatsu now travels 0.3 instead of 0.2. Now the code doesn't represent it in 0.2 or 0.3, so I'm not quite sure what measurement they're using, so this is just an estimation. So it goes that distance now. Okay, so it goes about nearly two squares, big squares. The medium one goes about 2.5, so I wanted it to be less than the medium kick variation. And the way I did this is I made it move faster, or further, sorry, on the beginning frame. So the first couple of frames it moves further. So hopefully that would mean if you're doing crouching medium kick or something, you can get into it a bit easier. So any far-reaching stuff, hopefully that's a bit easier to get into, because I made it move faster early on. So that, again, that is just an estimation though. The next one, and the last one actually, seems quite short really, is Ultra 2. Has -2 recovery between the first and second hit. So if you whiff or if you hit, he goes into the second uppercut a little bit faster, 2 frames faster. Okay, so probably a bit of a useless buff to be honest, but that's it for Evil Ryu. So he's got his collection of stuff. Hopefully you guys find out these are quite interesting for you. On the surface, to me, a non-Evil Ryu player, I'm not sure. I think crouching heavy kick is probably the most interesting if you can do something with it. I can't seem to figure out anything. I hope all I did was make the frame start up 6, so I didn't put on any combo ability, I didn't take any away, so it can do what it can always do. I don't know if that's messed anything up that was previously there. You guys can check that. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. So when you want to install my mod, you need to download the mod in the download link in the video, and then extract the file. You'll have your character name changes, so a nice readme to let you know what I've changed and how I changed it, and installation instructions if you don't want to listen to me. And you'll have a character name.bac and character name.bcm. So the next thing you need to do is find your Capcom directory, because your Super Street Fighter 4 files will be in there. Mine's in the C drive in program files, but if you bought it on Steam, it'll probably be in your Steam directory somewhere. So you go in to Super Street Fighter 4. Now you've got some patch 1.07 and patch 1.06. You need to find the one with your most up-to-date character. For example, if we were doing Sagat, his most up-to-date one would be in 1.07, as well as Ryu, Yuri, Dudley, DJ and Cody. But most characters are in 1.06. The character I'm doing is in there, and most characters are. I'll mention it if it's in 1.07. So you go in, and then you go into Battle, Regulation, Latest AE, and then you find the character we're doing. I'm doing Bison, which has got the name Vega at the moment. And so you'll have the character name.bac, character name.bcm, and all you need to do is, I recommend making a backup and copying those files in and rename them original, just so you got them as backup. And then you just copy over my ones into there, and that will allow you to play as my modded version in arcade mode, training mode and versus mode. So you can have some fun. If you've got local friends to play with, you could update 2 characters that I do and then fight against each other with the new changes. That would be quite interesting. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I hope that has helped.